Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker of the day. And I give this guy all kind of grief, but there's a reason. I'm going to give you information on why I do this. If you see me at one of these conferences, it's Gant's fault. I've known Gant for a long time, and he came up to me one day and said, "Hey, Ken, you should try doing this." It's petrified because my concern with the transitions, I don't know anything about programming. He says, "No, trust me, you'll be fine." And a couple of years ago, he decided that. So I think it was this conference was the first one I did in Jackson. I've loved it ever since. So this guy gets so much love from me. With that, now I'm going to be rude to him. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear probably the second smartest person sitting in his room. The only one, the only dude there. Ladies and gentlemen, bang your hands together. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, third. I see that coffee mug. Ladies and gentlemen, please bang your hands together electronically for Mr. Gant Laborde.
What? Yeah. What am I doing? Sorry. What's happening here? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and good morning. It's good to see all of your digital hand claps. I appreciate that greatly. So we're going to have a bit of fun. Being the first talk, I have to make sure we keep a good energy about this. So I'm going to share my screen and then, share sound. Yes, sharing sound. Okay, you should see everything that's going to happen here. Let's see. Let me make sure I get the chat still up and available because I really want to see the conversation as it flows. All righty. Oh, digital conferences. This is what we do now. All right, my apologies. The naming team was not available. Give me like a yes in the chat, as long as everybody's seeing my screen right there. You should see making something cool with Gant Laborde. And again, apologies. The naming team was off, so making something cool was the best topic I could come up with, especially since I spent all last week. And why is there a lightsaber version of Gant right there? I was in Disney last week, so yeah, I didn't work on the slides nearly as much as I should have, but it's okay. I think it's still going to be a lot of fun, and we should be able to have a good time. Also, it sounds like someone's trying to join the conversation, so over there, chat, try to help them. Okay, so I just want to start this off by saying thank you so much to this wonderful company. I am part owner in the company now. But Infinite Red is a sponsor of this conference. It is, they allow me to be the Chief Innovation Officer, where I get to work with cool technology like React, React Native, AI, and other kinds of cool things. And it lets me be a full-time mad scientist as well as marketing expert for the company. So please, please, please check out Infinite Red. If you've got a React Native project or you're trying to do a mobile project, yeah, we're the people. Go ahead and check Facebook's page of companies that they recommend for React Native, and you will find us. So who the hell is this guy, right? Maybe I didn't see you last year at the virtual conference. Maybe I didn't see you the year before, where we were all in Mississippi together and stuck in a hallway during a tornado like warning. So if you and I haven't met, my name is Gant Laborde. I'm the CIO of Infinite Red. I do React Native core contributor. I'm also a Google developer expert in web and machine learning, so dual GDE. And then also, as of recently, I am an O'Reilly author, which I'm really proud of. And I'm going to cover that a bit more here. Do me a favor right now, go follow me on Twitter. It's at Gant Laborde. I'm always giving stuff away, and we're going to give something away during this talk as well. But go ahead and start by following me on Twitter. Please, please, please. I love interacting with everybody. If you, sometimes you don't see a photo of actually me, you see some of these weird things. If we were in person, I would have some of these stickers to give you. I don't, because, we're not here, but some of you might be able to get some stickers if we reach out. And then now that the world's opening back up and people are vaccinated, hopefully we can actually see one another. And then I will give you some cool stickers of a friend of mine draws chibi characters from Japan. And so I've got all kinds of really cool stickers of me doing crazy and cool things. And like I said, recently published O'Reilly author. This was pretty awesome. I've been published before in 2014 under Pact Publishing, but recently being published under O'Reilly, and it is awesome. So I want to go ahead and give away one of these books right now. And so what I want you to do is Mr. Kenneth LaFrance, who's been doing a fantastic job as being the MC, can go ahead and put out a tweet for us if you can, asking who should get this book and why. And if you put that tweet out into the Twitter sphere, go find our cool MC, our amazing guy, Kenneth LaFrance, find that tweet, and then go ahead and tell him why you should go ahead and get a physical copy of this wonderful book. And he's going to pick a winner, and then we're going to go ahead and get you that book. What I really, really enjoyed about this is that I learn from building stuff and then figuring out how to explain it simply. I think it was Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you didn't understand it in the first place. And so the best way I found to learn is to teach. And I just want to impart that I found this particular conference has been very friendly in helping teach. I think that's what presentations are all about. They're about telling a story and getting people involved. And I think that one of the best things you can do there is document and tell the story of things that you do. And I find that ideas beget ideas, or baguette ideas. I don't know. I failed French. But one of the things that's really important here is that I meet some people who are like, hey, I don't know how to get started. And I say, guess what? The best way to get started is just get started. My chapter 1 of the book was complete trash. But after that, like, I rewrote that like 4 or 5 times very easily, because you start getting amazing ideas as you do this. And so as the book went on, we did some really cool stuff. And so just to kind of show you, like, the brain just starts to feed off itself. I started off simple with like tic-tac-toe and making an AI play tic-tac-toe. Well, that's kind of fun. It's not the most exciting thing. It's not very original, right? But it's kind of a cool concept. So we do some of that in the book. And then at some point I was like, oh, you know what's a really cool question? If you were on the Titanic, would you have lived or died? And then we create an algorithm that would have identified whether a person, based on their age, what class their ticket was, whether or not they could fit on a door, whether or not you would have lived or died on the Titanic. And so we kind of put that in there. And then, like, cool things like locating pets' faces. One of the other things I did is, I really love this. When I have this door closed behind me, I'm working. When the door's open, you can come in and bug me. So I made an AI that detects whether or not the door behind me is open or closed. This is all inside there. There's, go ahead and draw a sorting hat. So like a sorting hat, which house do you belong in with Hufflepuff or Gryffindor for Harry Potter? Draw an animal, and then it tries to figure out what animal it is and sorts you into a house, making that work with Star Trek. And of course, the age-old question, which is very important for me, is this a picture of a bunny or a sports car? Bunnies or sports cars, chapter 11, I think. Very important stuff. And then I got a little bit more like crafty, creative. I'm not as creative as like a lot of you doing stuff. So I got the AI to do the creativity for me, where I could take a silly photo and then have the AI convert that into like 6-sided dice for me that would actually draw that photo. And then my idea is, like, you could then take a large shadow box frame, and then if you're patient enough to put all of the dice in there, you could have this giant photo that, like, makes it look like you actually know how to do art, even though I don't. And I did that for a much smaller scale version. I did the TensorFlow.js logo. Actually did this all with dice afterward, and the algorithm told me which dice go in those places. This is a lot of fun, and this is what I love about starting to build stuff. It's like, it doesn't stop. So then finished the book, and it was a lot of fun, and just put all those ideas that you just saw inside there, but it doesn't turn off. So I had this other idea I wanted to do. It kind of has to do with TensorFlow.js. And I was like, It doesn't even fit in the book. The book's done. It just actually like it hit Amazon the other day, by the way. And I was like, well, I'm not going to not do this other idea. So that's the idea here. So why stop there? I just think it'd be really fun to go ahead and check this stuff out. Oh, by the way, hopefully all of you who are checking us out, don't forget, come up with a good excuse to tell Ken he's going to be the one who picks out who gets a copy. If your excuse sucks, Ken will tell you on Twitter. So I thought, hey, why not? I could have like a little bit of fun here. So I noticed one thing in particular that's really interesting is that you are able to access images at insane speeds and do cool things because computer vision is a core concept of AI. And because it needs that, you get all this cool access to the GPU. And so you can get really fast, cool speeds, and you can. It's not a toy language. You could do stuff amazing, because AI needs to do kinds of cool stuff. It needs to be able to segment an image, identify key points, do bounding boxes, do affine transforms. I don't even know what an affine transform is. Ken does probably, or anybody who remembers linear algebra class. But yeah, you could do those. And the reason you need to have all this stuff is because AI needs to be able to do all this cool stuff, not just image recognition, but you need to be able to do semantic segmentation, which is what's the important part being segmented out, object detection, which we cover in the book, and then instance segmentation, which is specific instances of those segments. So we want AI to be smarter and smarter and smarter. It's got to be able to see better and better and better. And so as access to GPU means we get fast image processing pretty easily. And that makes us do some ridiculous stuff, like go ahead and make websites like nickornot.com. Now, can you do the GPU stuff without using an AI library? Yes. Would I do it? No, I'm going to abuse the one framework I know, just like every other developer out there. Like, why am I going to go ahead and learn another framework? I could just keep using this fun stuff. And then I came up with this idea. So let me tell you what the idea was, and let's check it out. So I came up with this cool thing. How many of you know what a time warp scan is? Right? Some of you might know. It's a fun thing. So time warp scans are great. I think they're very entertaining. However, if you don't know what it is, it's because you don't watch enough TikTok. My apologies, everybody. You just found out, and someone made a joke about Vine earlier. TikTok's sort of like the new Vine for me, and I love this. And yes, Linda, you saw me start this on Learn with Jason. I was going to do a call out for that, but it kind of took it a little bit further, so it'll be fun. So I realized one thing is this: not everybody's going to know what a time warp scan is. So I'm going to show you some TikToks, and hopefully these are as entertaining to you as they were to me. So you can watch the scan coming down from the top down, and it locks these pixels in place. So if you watch here. Okay. So that is as the laser is coming down, it is locking horizontal pixels, and it allows this really creepy person right here to be able to make it look like she's bald. But you could be way more creative with it. Here's a very, very creative person who tries to do a T-Rex.
Welcome to Jurassic World.
That Jonathan Christensen person right there, like this. What's great about this is that's hilarious. So that's like being able to scan from left to right. It's pretty fun, and again, it's just locking the pixels in place along the video as it goes forward. It seems like you could do some kind of creative stuff here. So this is kind of creative.
I don't think I'm going to be fast enough for this. Well, now I'm.
So now you have the helmet, and then the last one I want to show you is this is kind of like fun. So like it's not just a single use thing. And then part of the experience, I think, is seeing them try to do the thing. I think that's what's really funny. So here's how you do your killer face. Is apparently if you do a shocked face and then you smile. So this is probably the easiest one. It's pretty funny.
All right. This shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so shocked face. Smile. Oh no.
Okay, so I saw that. And I learned that basically, there shouldn't be a reason you can't do this. So why not build this? Like, I know I could take it on my phone, but let's have a little fun, right? So how would I build this insanely terrible idea? Well, it's simple enough. The first concept here that you're seeing is cropping, right? So if I'm cropping a particular portion of this, the AI technology for the GPU access has, constantly the capability of cropping and taking out a set of pixels as data from an image. So that's nothing. And that's all GPU accelerated code that you can do. Very, very simple. The other thing is that when you are actually placing this on something, you could have a canvas and then behind that have an image on the page, so that you could actually have an image, or that doesn't actually have to be an image, that could be the video itself, and then you could draw to the canvas while having the loading from top down or left to right or something like that, as we're using TensorFlow.js in a way that's not meant to be used. And then we could just draw those crops and make some silly funhouse mirrors or whatever else we want to do, and sort of do it. That's an old photo of me. Like, now I see, this is my pandemic gray hair I have now. So that's an old photo, but you could see quite clearly here. We could draw a bunch of different stuff together. All right. So this brings into question, like, how complicated is the code? Why am I going to use what you have here? Well, the first thing is, like, how do we grab a frame from an HTML5 video? And the answer to that is, that's it. tf.browser.fromPixels, and then you give it that video, and then you can identify the number of channels that you want. 3 channels for RGB, 1 channel for monochrome. So now we could do some cool stuff, because we could actually say, hey, I want a black and white photo, or I want a color photo, just by changing the number of channels. So that simple line of code, it's all built in there. I just have to point at a video element and then run this code, and it goes, boop, here we go. We're grabbing this one piece and we're putting it inside there. So now I just crop out. I can grab the frame, crop out, and then lock that part of the frame in place, and then continue to scan downwards and then go forward. So that will lock each of the pieces there. And the first time it's doing this, it'll allocate and use GPU memory. And then so the second time I run it, it'll be able to run even faster, because it'll be inside of GPU. So it's like a pretty cool idea. So now I just have to figure out, how do I paste those pixels? This is where it's going to get complicated, right? No, in TensorFlow, it's just 2 pixels. And you give it what it is you want to put there, and then you send it to, and you can see barref.current. I'm using refs and React here. But I'm just going to take that quite essentially, and I want to be framework agnostic, because I don't really care if you want to do this in Vue, pure JavaScript, or whatever. So that's why I point out that this is React. But I just point at the canvas. And so what happens here is that it'll take that piece and then draw it to a canvas. And this is that outside canvas. This is what it'll do here, is like, this is a secondary canvas. And then I could draw that over the main setup there and kind of have that happen. So I think that means that it's time that we kind of like try this out, right? So like Gant, I want to see how this works. And yes, I did have this amazing session for about an hour and a half with Jason Langsdorff, where we built like a fundamental version of this. But my thoughts were, you know what? You can go a lot further with this stuff. And I kind of want to make that readily available and check that out. So I went ahead and say yes. I created the Time Warp Scan website where I would love to check out all this stuff and kind of go a little bit further. So if with no further ado, let's take a look at timewarpscan.me. And I think y'all can play along if you'd like to. Okay, so we have, oops, sorry about that. That's just something that happens now. There we go. Let's see. There, there I am. And through the magic of me being semi-prepared, here I am being able to show you my face while I'm already on video camera. Okay, so, oh, I just decided to move that off the screen that I'm sharing, huh? Like y'all, they're like, where'd you go? So, yeah, as you might be able to tell, I did the best I could to be a designer here. I did not do a great job, but it should be fun. So here you've got your scan button, and let's go ahead and give this a quick go. So I'll do the, we'll do the crazy eye smile. So I gotta look surprised and then smile, right? So. Ah, geez. That's okay. That's a little creepy. So I have a clear button here. It's let me do a left to right scan, and then maybe I'll do this. Don't screenshot this, Kirk. Don't do that. All right, I'll look over here. All right, now I'll look over here. Is it done? Oh, jeez. This is not a good idea. What am I doing here? So you might be wondering, why does this say record here? Well, I think stop screenshotting this. So what I have, what I have here is I can click this watch button, and then I get, because I'm using canvases, it's very easy to go ahead and turn that into a video that they can immediately download. So I get that sort of like TikTok sort of feel, and it's not hard at all. Oh, geez, you can watch the whole thing happen. Is that what I looked like when I was making this? That was terrible. So then I can close this out. I could download the PNG, the MP4, watch it, and check out more of the stuff. Now, you might want to, I added some features that I thought were a little bit more important, as a delay start, which is important here. And then I add this thing called, let me get that face off of there. Jeez, okay. I'm just trying to have a serious conversation with that, with that face sitting there. Looking at y'all, that's wrong. We could switch the scan here. And then, so what happens is I can sort of like hit the brakes on some stuff. I can kind of like bring it up, slow it down, and bring it back. I could change the scan line size. So like, here's like a ridiculous, just, yeah, it's like that. And, but then we could try doing some of the like more elaborate stuff. They have this one thing that they do that I want to try is where they do this really scary face. So let's see if I can do this one. Ready? Here we go. Let's see. Stop screenshotting. All right, here we go. Try to do a scary face. Okay. I gotta do this now. Ah. Ah. Okay. All right. That's gonna haunt my nightmares. Okay. There you go. Don't please don't screenshot this one. Yeah, that's clear enough. So you've got there. You watch how instantaneous I can. So the mirroring it's just fine. I can check my face symmetry real quick. Look at that, not symmetric at all. And a bunch of other fun things. If you had a conference, you could set this up on a like a laptop and then put it on loop. and just have it scan away all day on this. So you could just like kind of have your people who are walking by maybe like see some fun stuff and be like, oh, what's going on here? You know, just have fun. Oh no. If you have some fun ones, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and try this. Tag it with hashtag made with stop looping. Made with TFJS. When you stare into the abyss, Gant stares back at you. I love these quotes. So yeah, this is all open source. If you look right here, please go away. If you look right here, you can see that it's open source. So you can actually see all the source code. It is a mess. I'm not gonna lie. I came back from Disney and I basically finished this on Sunday. So kudos to Jamin Holmgren, who came in and helped real quick. The source code of this is a complete mess. If you want to come in and do some open source contribution, please feel free to clean stuff up, add features, do whatever you want. I would love, 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 love to have that. So you could go to timewarpscan.me, make sure to tweet this stuff, tag me, do the hashtag made with TFGS, upload your videos, upload your images, see if you could do something better than what I've done. I'm gonna try one last one. I'm gonna try the helmet. So let's put color on. Let's see if I can do this one, y'all. This is live. This is live. Ready? Yes! That's it. That's the skills there. Gant with his Daft Punk helmet. Oh, fun. Okay. So let's go ahead and kick back into action here. There's a lot of code to be distributed there. Like understanding of tensors isn't hard. You don't have to be limited to AI. Obviously, I have completely abused that framework for video processing and image processing, all that other fun stuff to build something that it is not meant to do. And it worked great. It's a lot of fun. It's accessing the GPU, and the code is very clean and simple. The code from the library is clean and simple. If you read my code, it'll keep you up at night worse than that black and white photo I did. So let's go ahead and review here. One, I do have a Twitter account I also run called Fun Machine Learn, where I'll put fun machine learning concepts, because I think that AI is surrounded by a bunch of academics and it shouldn't be. It should be a lot more fun and cool stuff. The hashtag's doing fantastic on Fun Machine Learn. I run the AIFYI.com newsletter, which is a fun thing to do. I love that very much if you want to check that out. And then, of course, the book's available. I really appreciate that. I know I'm constantly mentioning that. I am Gant Laborde. And that's a sticker of me that you can't have because we're virtual. And then another little special thing about that is I dedicated the book to my beautiful, beautiful daughter. And so this is the dedication. People ask why there's a space. That's supposed to be a heart. I'm not good at this, so that's supposed to be a heart. And you can see her smiling here as she's watching Daddy's money fly out of his wallet in Disney World. Just here, she's pointing at where all the money is going. It's somewhere over here, and that's where I wish that it was. So my little Mila, and so it's awesome. Yep, obligatory slide of my kid. Yep, good. And definitely keep in touch. I would love to talk to you all about your ideas, hear what you think about the book, see what you do with Time Warp Me. Definitely look me up if you come to New Orleans. And that's my presentation. Back to you, Mr. LaFrance.